was super scrubby. I saw Molt making videos hating on the mortar, and I was like, this dude is the devil. He's trying to go for the mortar.
Quote unquote, I beat him with mortar on the ladder. He goes, I've lost all respect for you, Rohan. It's taken a year and a half to get back up to this level. So bats are going to split. Not a threat. The split bats will never deal damage to either side. It's just a way to cycle early on. And now we have Knight and Ice Wizard coming down the right side. As Bowler Baby Dragon come down, Molt has revealed he is playing a Splash Yard deck.
It's a graveyard duo. Orange Juice has got it as well. Poison stacked up on the right side from Molt, though, will prevent all but the bravest of skeletons from reaching that right side tower.
Super slick play there by Molt. Heads up, he got to the defensive poison down right away, kept his Bowler very healthy, and it looks like he's setting up for a pretty good counterattack.
Bowler rolling through his buddy Bowler on the other side. Looks like the blue team will win this exchange and go in for the punish. Graveyard out the back, but the support troops are just about dead. It's going to be the skeletons and the bats that are going to try to chip some damage in over the right.
Orange Juice was saying during the interview earlier that he wasn't sure what Molt was going to play, and it looks like they are playing the exact same deck, card for card.
Flummoxed a bit by that tornado spell. Interesting choice there, but it looks like Orange Juice is not going to be too unhappy about that. Down 500 hit points, but you're right. It's going to be a rerun of the Mirror Challenge. Seems like they have the same decks.
That was a very fun challenge. The pros loved that challenge more than any other because it allowed them to show their skills at the highest level. No randomness, pure skill. They loved it. And we got some buffs and nerfs coming from our fans. Please buff the bomb tower. It needs some love. Also buff barbarians. Please, they die so quick.
Oh, no. Not when they're under a battle ram, they don't. They got a nice little shield and run in hard. Feathers go. Says, King's Cup 1+. Let's go, Nick at Night. You got this. Well, sorry, man. Nick at Night not here anymore. We got Vitamin C, as Sean calls it, up against Molt's team.
Arian Kaj says Molt versus OJ would be unwatchable. Because I love both, and I don't want either to lose.
Well said. I don't want either of them to lose too, but someone's got to take the L.
And right here, the really catch is going to be who can get a better defensive push. Molt has a huge damage lead, about 1,000 damage lead right now, but this can turn around with a single graveyard.
Sure can. Orange Juice has been defending pretty well this whole game. I think it's just Molt's absolute perfect defense that's been giving him the win. Orange Juice and Molt have both been chipping away, but OJ's in a lot of trouble. If he can't get a great graveyard right here and now, I think the game might be over.
Low health Baby Dragon doesn't tank for very long, allowing the tower to switch over and start shooting them skeletons right off the ground. Bowler is getting swarmed by bats. The Baby Dragon wasn't quite quick enough, and this Bowler is going to survive.
Not much for this counterattack, though. Molt's Baby Dragon is going to trade into Orange Juice's, but the Ice Wiz helping out OJ on the blue side, or excuse me, on the red side is going to be a nice little boon there. King Tower gets activated, and unfortunately for OJ, it's a little bit too late in the game for that to mean much. One more poison from Molt will finish the game off.
And yeah, he's just got to cycle back. We've got one card down, the Knight, 2 cards, the Ice Wizard. Unless there was one that I missed a little earlier, this will be the 3rd. One more card, and then he can play the poison and take the game. But OJ knows that. He's going in with this big push. 10 elixir there on the other side, and it's going down very quickly. Is he going to take this game?
My goodness, the desperation move from OJ turns into a win! What did we just watch, Romham?
This crowd, his fans are standing up. He knew that he had only one way to win that game, and it was 10 elixir, opposite lane, going.
Game 2 now underway. We're getting right back into it, and I wonder if they're playing the same decks again. What do you think? What are the possible odds?
Well, at least one of them has to switch decks. OJ's got to switch decks.
They could both switch if they wanted to, though, right?
Well, OJ has to because it's Conquest mode, right? You still have to switch your deck out when you win. Molt has the option of sticking, but it looks like he switched because Spear Goblins and Arrows were definitely not in his deck last round.
No siree. Hog Rider attack on the left for Orange Juice, though. He sent the barrel way far back. The juke barrel working quite well.
Oh, no! Oh, no! That barrel is maybe a little too fancy as it gets onto the King Tower, and future barrels are going to be a pain.
Inferno Tower down, but the mini P.E.K.K.A. Hog combo is going to get through that with no trouble at all. Full health Hog on Orange Juice's left side tower.
Spear Goblin standing at the bridge, pointing down that Knight quickly. They're outside of tower range, so if they can kill this Knight and stay alive, they'll get even more chip damage on that tower. But Knight squish, squish, squish. No Spear Goblin play today.
Goblin getting out the right, though. OJ trying to switch up the lanes here. Not happy about that early hit he just took out the left side.
So Orange Juice is playing Hog Spellbait. This is we've seen Spellbait, right? The version with Princess, Rocket, you've got the Goblin Gang and Goblin Barrel. Hog Spellbait is a merger of these Hog Cycle decks along with the effective Spellbait combination. Meanwhile, Molt is playing maybe the most classic Hog Rider deck, Mini Hog Cycle Beatdown. That is a mini P.E.K.K.A for defense, a Hog Rider on offense, and they are a terror together as we saw in the last push.
Attack from Molt gets absolute value. Orange Juice's right side tower brought to triple digits. Left side is brought down almost as much, 950 versus 326. Not a good start, but as we go into double elixir time here, I've seen Orange Juice come back from even worse losses, right?
Well, yeah, as recently as about 3 minutes ago. But here we are, we're hitting double elixir time. Arrows is going to come down and bring that tower to within fireball range, but it doesn't look like Molt has a fireball. The big advantage, oh, the great prediction, Arrows takes out the defending goblins, and a little bit of damage gets onto Molt's bottom right tower. Now, Molt has a really good matchup here because he has both Arrows and Zap, so he's got lots of little spells to deal with these cards. Another Hog
Taking another couple hits, yeah, at the left lane. Tower stands, but that'll go down to Arrows. Molt has got an easy left lane, and right lane won't take too much more after that.
I don't think he's going to have to worry about suffering the same fate as he did last game. He's got a great cycle, great defense. I think we're going to a game 3 between these two very popular YouTube creators.
Hog Rider is soaking a few hits for the Inferno Tower, but it's looking like defense is not going to get the job done for Orange Juice. Right side falls as well, and Molt takes the 2-0 in this game, barring something incredible from OJ in the last 10 seconds.
Incredible is in a card that's never been created. The old Goblin Barrel clone mirror freeze trick.
Whoa, I've seen it work in 2v2, but...
Maybe about 20 elixir for that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Tied 1 game each. Game 3 is starting right now in the legendary arena. Trophies just falling into the river in the center, floating under the bridge.
I wish I had that many trophies that I could just lose them and
Dump
not even
them.
keep track.
That's a bottomless, that's not even a trophy, it's like a bottomless soup trophy. It just keeps coming out with water, no matter, never runs out.
It's magic. That's how they feed all the troops that are in the arena here. There's no other way.
With poison already out of hand, it's looking really tough here for Molt as this big giant beatdown push is coming in. He's got to use Tornado to pull it back, but the Miner comes in to keep the tank right after.
That's Tower, man.
Oh yeah, it's Tower for sure.
To deal with it. Orange Juice gets the first one, and he's holding on strong.
Those towers are going to go down. The Miner is hitting onto the King Tower. Now here's the thing, Molt does have some ability to turn this around. Orange Juice's deck can't really invest or just sit back. It's going to have to continue like attacking and doing stuff, and that gives Molt the opportunity to defend, use Tornado, set up a good defense, and then counterattack with a Graveyard Poison. But it's always unfortunate when you're down a tower. I think Orange Juice's path to victory here is to, when that happens, just immediately start split pushing the other lane. Don't ever give him an opportunity to come back with 9 elixir to finish off your tower.
Giant out in front of this Night Witch. OJ really is going for the 3 crown here. Botatube says, watching from Egypt, finals will be on fire. Totally agree with you, Botatube.
It's so cool how international this game has become. I don't think I've ever played a game in my life that has such a global following as Clash Royale. It's good. It's getting there, right? The baby dragon will kill these minions, and then if you can get a knight in a graveyard, maybe. But no, the minions take it out. No surviving defensive troops from Molt.
Even on the elixir count, both reaching 10 soon. They're about to go into double elixir time, and that is the classic opportunity for the heavier deck to make its big play. Molt down right now, needs to put at right side to smithereens if he's going to get this thing into overtime.
I think he might be better off pushing the lane that still has a tower up, because the downside here is that OJ, and we're probably going to see it, he's going to drop something right on top of the Knight and the Ice Wizard and keep them from really ever being that effective.
Interesting, but it's an aggressive play here from Molt. Instead, he goes for the Graveyard Poison combo before any of his troops even cross the river. Gets about 800 damage off of Orange Juice's tower, but that's not enough.
And the Giant goes down, setting up a very good counterattack. Baby Dragon comes down. Does he have enough? He doesn't have enough for the Graveyard right now, and the Giant comes down to hold the line. And I think that's going to be it, unless there's some other, maybe one more Graveyard push can come out, but that will be his last stand.
Dang, he sends it in anyways. Poison on top to deal with any defensive troops, but that's not enough damage to deal with the Bandit. She's not dashing around, but she can get quite a bit of quick hits off against these poor Skellies. Bones flying all over the arena as Orange Juice claims victory in this match. 1-0 game score, and Vitamin C moves on.
Molt with the sportsmanship and the handshake, well-fought match, went to 3 games, but now Molt has his option of 2 very strong pros.